Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about The Winter of Our Discontent, written by John Steinbeck. Now, before I go into the summary and analysis of this novel, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. In this novel, we meet a man by the name of Ethan Allen Hawley. Ethan is this grocery store clerk. He's not making a lot of money. He has a regular job, and his wife and his two kids are kind of like motivating him to make more money so that they can be successful. His wife wants to be a woman of importance, a woman that kind of carries on her status. Her husband, Ethan, comes from a line of rich individuals that used to own a lot of a lot of property and a lot of businesses in the town that they live. And so in the novel, when we're introduced to Ethan, he's just a grocery store clerk. He's pretty much lost his family name. He has no money, and things are not good. So in the novel, because of the way in which his family is motivating him to make more money and to be more successful, we see Ethan start to think about robbing a bank. He doesn't carry this out, but he does think a lot about it. He even tries to plan it out throughout the novel, but he doesn't go through with it. What he does eventually do is that he turns in his boss, who is an illegal immigrant, to the authorities, and his boss gets deported, and he becomes the owner of this grocery store that he was working in. The other thing that he does to obtain more wealth and to become more powerful in this town that his family used to be great in is that he basically steals. He pays for it in of a way. He gives his childhood best friend Danny $1,000. In a way, he kind of steals this plot of land away from Danny, and he becomes the owner of it. So Ethan becomes this individual that obtains wealth through means that are not morally good, because or just he does it in a way that hurt who he is, or that hurts his identity, because they're not legitimate means. So he becomes the grocery store owner. He obtains this plot of land, and his family are starting to do well in the world, and they're starting to do better. They have more money now. His son, however, obtains this award by cheating. His son submitted this essay to a national contest, and he cheated. He plagiarized on the essay. He wins the award, but then later it is revealed that his son cheated. And so throughout the novel, we kind of see that this family is going down a dark path because they're obtaining their wealth, they're obtaining their riches through illegitimate means. And this, at the end of the novel, starts to bother Ethan's conscience and start to make Ethan see the error of his ways and the things that he's doing, and he sees how this is corrupting his family. The only one who's not really corrupted within the novel is Ethan's daughter. Ethan's daughter is the only one that's not, she wants education, she wants to go to school, she wants to better herself, and she's not cheating or doing something illegal to obtain those means. And at the end of the novel, when all of this gets too much for Ethan, when stealing his former best friend's land away from him, deporting his boss that was pretty much a good boss to him, this all of this gets to him, and the errors and the wrong decisions that he made in his life, when they really start to get to his conscience and start to get to him from a moral perspective, Ethan is like, I can't do this anymore, and he starts to think about committing suicide. At the pretty much the very ending of the novel, we kind of see him about to carry out his suicide plan, and his daughter puts the family talisman in his pocket before he leaves the house, and he doesn't commit suicide because he sees that he should bring the talisman back to his daughter, so that she can have a way out of this corruption that his family has pushed along. And so the novel kind of ends with him not dying, but at the same time, they're in a better place financially, but all of the money that they've obtained throughout the novel, or all of the plans that they've put forward, are, you know have been completed through very bad means. And so, in terms of analysis of this novel, in terms of what's significant about this novel, is that the family does end up in a better place financially within the novel, but the thing is that they all did it, or they achieved it by doing, illegal things or cheating their way to get what they want. And when John Steinbeck wrote this novel, he wrote it to kind of depict the way in which American society is becoming this cash first society where a lot of people are cutthroat and they'll do anything to achieve success no matter who they're stepping on. And we see Ethan, he does exactly this within the novel. He steps on his former best friend. He steps on his boss. And he just steps on everyone so he can become higher, so he can become rich again, like his former family members were rich. And so this tells us a lot about how our moral compass can be corrupted because individuals can be so obsessed with achieving wealth that they don't care about what they do to achieve it. The only person within the novel that shows us a different path is Ethan's daughter, because she chooses to educate herself. She chooses to look at a different path. Ethan's son and wife, they're okay with doing whatever it takes to obtain wealth. And so that's really the novel. At first, honestly, at first, Ethan wasn't trying to become extremely successful. It's really the motivation of his wife and son that push him to do what he did within the novel. His daughter wanted more money also. She wanted to be more wealthy and better off also, but she had a outlook towards doing it legitimately instead. So that's really the novel. That's really what happens within it and the significance behind it with what John Steinbeck was trying to depict with the way in which American culture was going at the time. And I think that it's still relevant today. You still see people competing in America today in the 21st century, and it's pretty much the last man or woman left standing. It's everyone for themselves. It's the old adage, it's a doggy dog world. And that's one of the main ideas, one of the main concepts that's depicted within this novel from my perspective. So that's the summary and analysis of Winter of Our Discontent, The Winter of Our Discontent by John Steinbeck. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.